all the news from Indiana. This is WTTV-4 News at 10. Apologize for the area. Live from Indiana's WB4 studios. Colin Powers, Rob Johnson, and James Smith with sports. Plus, weather first with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Hoffman on your side throughout Indiana. This is WTTV-4 News at 10. Live from WTTV-4. This is a late edition of WTTV-4 News. Right now at 12 a.m., we begin with the weather from the area's most watched Fox 59. This is CW4 News at 6. Good evening, welcome to the news at 6. Live from Fox 59. This is CW4 News at 7. From Fox 59. This is CW4 News at 10. Good evening, everyone. We begin with the weather tonight. From Fox 59, this is CW4 News at 10:30. From Fox 59, this is the 1 a.m. edition. This is the 1 o'clock a.m. edition of the CW4 News. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the 1 a.m. very start of the edition of CW4. Welcome. Now, Indiana's most watched Channel 4 newsroom. This is 4 News. Good morning, everyone. We begin with the weather this morning at 5. You're watching 4 News this morning with Derica Lee, Brian Schofield, James Wood, Chief Meteorologist Suzanne Horkin, and sports reporter Pat Sajak. On your side on Channel 4. 4 News this morning. Apologize. Now, Channel 4 Newsroom's most watched local news. This is 4 News at noon. Good afternoon, everyone. Live from WTTV, this is 4 News at 5. Good afternoon, everyone. Now, Indiana's 10 p.m. news leader. This is 4 News at 10 on the TheCW Indianapolis. Live from Indiana's 11 p.m. news leader. This is 4 News at 11. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our... This is CBS 4. WTTV-TV Indianapolis. Live from WTTV News 4. CBS 4 Morning News starts right now. Live from WTTV CBS 4. CBS 4 Morning News starts right now. Live from WTTV CBS 4. CBS 4 News at noon starts right now.
Live from CBS 4, your News at noon starts right now. Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining us on CBS 4 News at noon. It's Tuesday, March 3rd. I'm Tim Doty.
And I'm Marianne Lyles. We want to check in with Lindsay Riley. We had that freezing rain and then rain. What's going on now, Lindsay?
Live from CBS 4, your News at noon starts right now. Now, at noon, 42 million people across the country are on a heat alert, and that heat's going to be making its way to central Indiana. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Tim Doty.
And I'm Marianne Lyles. Got to be honest here, it was 78 degrees in Indianapolis just minutes ago. Now we see 81. It feels like we're in the mid-80s, and the heat index will continue to climb. Lindsay Riley has more on these stifling temperatures. Just a big change there in a few minutes.
Big change already at the update as of the lunch hour. We're seeing
Live from CBS 4, your news at 5 starts right now. And the hottest over the year is now making its way into central Indiana. I'll show you when temperatures will be in the 90s and the heat index above 100 in your weather authority forecast.
A legal battle over DCS caseloads goes back to court. Steps being taken to give more attention to children and families. And before you go grocery shopping for that barbecue this weekend, there's one item you'll definitely want to leave off your list. The reason behind a major meat recall. But first, we start with campaign 2016 and a big night on tap for Indiana Governor Mike Pence. He will officially accept the GOP's nomination to join Trump's presidential ticket as the vice presidential nominee. And we have got team coverage. Yeah, CBS 4's Matt Smith is walking us through the biggest speech so far in the governor's political career. And our own Bob Donaldson has new insight into the campaign speech controversy surrounding Melania Trump. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Aisha Husney, sitting in for Bob while he's in Cleveland. I'm Debbie Knox, and we want to get right to Matt Smith to start our coverage tonight. Matt, this is a huge night for Mike Pence.
Yeah, guys, as you put it this evening, this is not an understatement, and this is being discussed here to call this the big...
Live from WTTV CBS 4, your news at 6 starts right now.
Tonight on CBS 4 News at 6, the search is on for two drivers wanted in the same deadly hit and run on New Year's Eve.
A town without a police force, the reason officers with the Marklettville Police Department turned in their badges.
And a live look outside as the sun sets on this first freezing day of 2015. Boy, what a beautiful picture. The Weather Authority. Live from CBS 4, your news at 6 starts right now.
Now at 6, the Indiana State Fair's first weekend has turned into some major frustrations for a number of fairgoers tonight after nearly 20 vehicles were broken into at the fairgrounds. Thanks for being with us, everyone. I'm Matt Smith. Tonight, state police say they are stepping up patrols to keep this from happening again. CBS 4's Trevor Shirley is live where this all happened. And Trevor, this is not a good way to start the fair this weekend.
No, it's certainly not. Not what anybody wants to find when they leave the fair to
Live from CBS 4, your news at 6 starts right now.
A youth pastor in Madison County behind bars tonight accused of molesting a teenage girl for several years. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Smith. Police say this 35-year-old is facing numerous charges, including child molestation and...
Live from WTTV CBS 4, your news at 11 starts right now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your new home for CBS. I'm Bob Donaldson.
And I'm Debbie Knox. We're also your new choice for news at 11 o'clock. We'll have more on this historic day in Indianapolis broadcasting later, but first, a live look at downtown Indianapolis, a cold start to 2015, but...
Live from CBS 4, your news at 11 starts right now.
Television history about to be made right here on CBS 4 as Indianapolis' favorite son wraps up a 33-year career on late-night television. Good evening, I'm Debbie Knox.
And I'm Bob Donaldson. Thanks for...
Breaking news right now on CBS 4 News at 11.
Northwest side of Indianapolis. This all transpiring just before 9 o'clock tonight in the 6400 block of Mission Terrace. That's where CBS 4's Deanna Albritton is live tonight at the scene with new information. Deanna.
yes, the two men who died. They were
Season opener, Colts and Rams on CBS 4.
CBS 4's Colts Blue Zone starts right now. Powered by Xfinity.
Los Angeles may only be a temporary NFL home at Memorial Coliseum, but it's where the Colts season, and for that matter, a new Colts era begins at 4:05 this afternoon, right here on CBS 4. Glad to have you inside the Blue Zone for the next half hour. We'll be right here.
Disturbing discovery.
That gotta be an evil person.
A dog burned and dumped, found just a short distance from a safe haven.
I just heard that dog burnt out. He was my favorite dog, and now I'm gonna miss him.
It's one of the most dangerous times of year. The encouraging news about Hoosier house fires and why firefighters are not celebrating.
Preying on parishioners. The scam targeting the goodwill of the faithful hits a central Indiana church.
Home for the holidays.
I'm not a crying type person, but it took everything I had today not to cry.
The emotional homecoming for a Fishers police officer badly injured in a motorcycle crash.
From Indiana's very own, this is CBS 4 News at 11.
Tonight, Metro Police are looking.
From Indiana's very own, this is CBS 4 News at 11. And we start with a breaking news alert.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
Right now for your morning, a major road project starting in Hamilton County to ease congestion. We've got team coverage and details on the closures you can expect.
And the Colts, they're headed home after losing their season opener to the Chargers. We're breaking down the game.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
Your news now at 5 on this Thursday. A pregnant woman shot on Indy's east side. We know multiple people are in custody right now. The inconsistencies, detectives say they're working through at this hour.
A new study finds that more than 40% of antibiotic prescriptions in the U.S. are prescribed incorrectly. I'm Charlene Cristobal. Coming up, I'll tell you more about the study and why this is so dangerous for everyone.
6 o'clock, the Circle City getting even more funding for roads next year.
The mathematical error found by state officials that led to the new boost.
The spotlight is on the Pacers bike share and the cultural trail for a mobility conference. Coming up, I'll tell you how these bikes make Indy a leader in transportation.
And we're staying on top of breaking news. 2 deadly shootings in a 10-minute span. The latest information that's coming up at 6 o'clock with Colby.
Starting off fairly warm this morning. Some of us still holding on to the 70s. The rest of us going to return there pretty soon. Actually, we'll already be back into the 80s by lunchtime. 83 there at noon, and high temperature today, 90 degrees. That should break a record. We're going to be mostly sunny, hot, and humid, so dress for summer. We do have cooler fall-like days in the forecast, though. I'll show you when coming up.
CBS 4, this is your news now. Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
A deputy trustee with.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
Those new details released in the Delphi murders now generating hundreds of new tips for law enforcement. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Donaldson.
And I'm Lindsay.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
Tonight, all is calm, but just on the horizon. Winter weather headed to central Indiana. The winter storm.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
That was tough. Tough loss. They made the plays they needed to make to win.
Not how you want to kick off the season. The Colts start their season with the first loss.
Forward to it, and our guys are ready to go.
It's the Colts and Chargers in the season opener today on CBS 4. After a rather eventful offseason, it's finally time to kick it off for real right there at Dignity Health Sports Park. Yes, one of the legendary venues in the NFL. Hello and welcome once again inside the Blue Zone alongside Dave Griffiths. From CBS 4, this is your news now.
The number of people testing positive for coronavirus is rising nationwide, and it's leading to drastic changes in nearly every aspect of our lives. A doctor answering your questions now about the outbreak.
School districts are implementing extra steps to try and reassure customers. This LA restaurant. Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
At 5.
Breaking news now in just the last hour, Governor Eric.
How they got away. The CBS 4 News at 11 starts right now.
Live from CBS 4, this is your news now.
And right now at 11, a developing story. Colts win. They're cheering for the audience in front of the... Which athlete is a new home for? CBS 4.